Hey guys, welcome back to another interesting video. Today we have Umair sir from Sweden. Guys, Sweden is a very beautiful country. So if you are a student or professional working, thinking to do job in Sweden, when you hear about the benefits of Sweden, then you will shock. Let's continue this podcast. Guys, before we are starting, what you have to do is support and let's get start. Welcome, Umair sir. Thank you for coming. Over to you.
Thank you, Samir. Thank you so much for having me. So my name is Umair, and I'm from Pakistan. Recently relocated to Stockholm, and I've been working in software industry for more than 9 years. My main working domain is Android, but I love working and exploring other technologies. For example, in my current company right now, along with Android, I'm doing backend stuff, and because I started as a front-end developer, so there is no such barrier in my mind that I'll be working in Android or backend only. So I'm free-flowing guy. Whatever is required will be available for the team, because I prefer teamwork over individual things. So yeah, that's my brief introduction. Yeah.
Good to hear. And let's move on to the first question. Suppose, sir, I'm a student and I'm professional working. I'm watching this podcast. Now, in my mind comes, I want to do job in Sweden. So what will be my first step?
Great. It is a very important question because when I was looking for the job, I prepared myself on few things. For example, you should be very clear in terms of what you know about yourself. Knowing your weakness is the first step, and for that you need to do some experiments, and for that I will recommend going to different competitive programming websites. For example, I spent some time on LeetCode, where I was targeting topic based questions.
Okay.
Not just looking into questions, and I was doing from top to bottom. I was looking for the topics that I was weak in. One topic, for example, I was weak in first explore yourself, express yourself, and then do some basic work on that, and go to competitive websites, competitive programming websites, and do some work on that. And then the other part is that you should know your weakness on your core domain. For example, my core domain is Android, so I will try my best to be as competitive as I can. And the only secret recipe for being competitive on these core technologies is to contribute to open source community and write for because if you are working in a company, in your day-to-day job you will be working on one domain. For example, my domain is OTT, so I'll be working for OTT only. And if I don't work open source, I don't explore other domains of my Android work, I'll not be competitive enough. So I should be keep myself busy in doing experiments, looking for new challenges, do some open source contribution. So that will actually give you some hints that, hey, you are weaker in this part, you can improve in that part. So knowing yourself in terms of weakness and strengths, you will be able to polish yourself and balance yourself, so you can start targeting international clients. And another important part, when you start looking into international jobs, you should have a very solid CV. So in today's world, resume is not only a paper. As a developer, you should have a solid LinkedIn profile. You should have solid GitHub profile, which is very underrated. So I have a GitHub profile with 115 repos.
Wow.
So, and so if someone see the profile, my CV, they will not be very much interested. They will have to go through everything. But if they see my GitHub profile, they will definitely understand that, hey, I have worked on it. You can see it as a example. So
Yeah.
build your LinkedIn, GitHub, know your weakness, know your strengths, polish yourself, get ready for the application, and I'm 100% sure that you will find a good job.
Absolutely right. And sir, from which platform we should apply for a job in Sweden? Like there is a specific websites?
Yes. So I think LinkedIn is one of the top websites that job portals, I would say, that give you because it's being a top platform, interviewers and candidates both have an eye on LinkedIn. So it's a must website because LinkedIn gives you some extra benefits. For example, you can search by, you can add notifications based on your interest, country or location if you are interested in that. And apart from LinkedIn, you can also visit Glassdoor. That was the second website which is very mature for the enterprise kind of clients. So and these two websites I always when I was looking for the jobs.
And sir, can you share interview process about, and also share some interview like question?
Sure. So the interview process was first I got a call from HR based on my CV. So when they get your resume, so there is an automation tool. So based on that, they don't read the CV from top to bottom. So if your CV is within 2 files, they can probably read it. Otherwise, you will not be able to get into their system. So keep your CV to 2 pages, and they will put your CV into their automated system. And then they will find they have the keywords. For example,
keywords.
Yes. For example, they are looking for Android TV developer. So if I have Android TV listed in my CV, so they will the tool will rank my CV above average. So I can so based on that CV, the keywords, they will call me back. So I got the first call and they mentioned that, hey, you have a lean back experience which we were looking for. So that is the evidence that their tool suggested that, because I added it in my resume as well. So I got the call and they said that, hey, they introduced their company. So I was interested in OTT. So we booked another meeting. So the first meeting was with the engineering manager. So he gave me introduction to the team and structure, and also it was my interview, so they asked me multiple questions. It was more, you can say, a behavioral kind of interview.
Okay.
And after that, there was Android specific interview. So before the Android specific interview, there was a home assignment.
Okay.
There was a basic Android application. They said that, can you please modify this into given
features?
Yeah. So I modified it, submitted, and based on based on approval of that home assignment, I got Android specific or domain specific interview, right? So in domain specific interview, they discussed the whole implementation which I did in the home assignment, right? And they got they asked me questions regarding why I went for this. And then one part was generic Android questions, that how you will approach this problem. So based on your experience, they will ask you different questions, and your interview process can also change based on your experience. And after that, I was informed by HR that, hey, your Android specific interview is approved. So are you interested for the next process? I said yes. The next process were regarding the the core concept of programming and
Okay.
algorithm. So that was purely programming specific. So I went into the interview and they asked me generic programming questions, that a few time complexity based things and data structure, some key problems, what should be on the client side, and what are the limitations you should consider choosing one data structure. And then there was a few technical questions that I was supposed to solve. One of them was a sliding window problem.
Okay.
So that I did it within time. So the key during that interview was that you should keep in mind that this should not be a perfect solution that you are going to propose, but they will always be looking into your communication skill, that how you communicate this problem to them, right? So always ask your interviewer that, hey, I'm going to do this, do you agree? So their agreement is very important. So keep them involved if you want to be successful in technical interviews. Yeah.
Nice.
And then it is very important. And then Samir, that interview thankfully was successful. And then they gave me another a meeting with the whole team. So the whole team asked few questions, and it was just my personal kind of interview. So it was not. So it was more of a personality judgment kind of thing. So you can say it is a behavioral interview, but it was a mob team that was trying to understand that who we are going to meet in our team. So it was a team meeting, and then I got the offer. And then the negotiation process went on, and they asked me that, do you have a friend over there? So how can I socially integrate to Swedish environment and things? Do you have any allergy with the cold weather? So there were some funny questions, but it was more of engagement kind of a session.
Wow, nice. So let's move on to the next question. The next question is, like, I heard in Sweden there is a very good work culture. So can you give some example or share your experience?
For sure. So honestly, when I was applying, I never thought that I will land into Sweden, because Sweden is not you can say promoting its work-life balance thing, which is huge, and I was surprised by the fact that there are so many benefits that they are not using these benefits as a promotion strategy or advertisement, I would say. But when I came in, I was selected. I asked the job benefits. I was shocked, but shocked in a positive way, because I would like to let you know the few of the benefits. For example, as a parent, if you have a birth, as a parent, you will get 400 plus paid holidays or parental leaves. And you will get 80% of the salary from your government. And the health is completely free. Starting from day one, you are eligible to have all the health services available for the Sweden residents. And when you arrive in Sweden, you get the residence permit. You are permitted to have Swedish study as well if your partner is coming with you, and because you will be hired as a software developer, so you'll be going to software house or a company, but your partner because your partner is not hired, so they get open visa, so they can work in any any company, or they can study from Sweden University if they want to do a master's degree, for example. So they will be eligible for that free of cost, right? And this is another extraordinary benefit. And apart from that, you get 33 paid holidays, annual leaves, and there is no limit on medical leaves, right?
Okay.
So if you get sick, for the first day, company will pay for the first day, and after the first day, government pays you for the medical problems. So you will be staying at home with the unfortunate situation, but government will keep paying you for that. Wow. And yeah, so there are so many benefits, Samir. I was surprised with. And the work-life balance when it comes to your office culture, that is extraordinary. So far, there's been so many engaging activities apart from the work that you do. There will be ongoing events. Company will be arranging some mental health courses. You will be offered gym allowance and other health benefits. There will be yoga classes going on in office. You can join any of that. And then there are other benefits that are more technical, I would say. For example, you can attend any technical conference. You will be allotted allowance that you can visit, for example, Germany, from Sweden to Germany. You can attend that. Company will pay for the whole thing. Yeah, and you get the basic benefit. For example, you will be provided with a mobile phone that is fully company owned, and company owned means company will pay you for the 4G packages and phone calls. You can make you can make free calls to Pakistan and any other country in the world. So these are the huge benefits. These are the smaller one, but they become huge when you aggregate them. So the work-life balance is top notch. You can't compare it.
Yeah, absolutely right, and very good to hear. And we have the most important thing is, like, suppose if someone wants to do job in Sweden, if someone is a fresher or someone has experience like around 2 years or 4 years of experience, and now that they wants to do job in Sweden, so how much salary they can expect if they have no experience or they have experience?
Yeah, so Samir, it's a very broad topic because Sweden have a base salary that if you invite someone from outside your outside Sweden, so you'll have to pay more than the basic salary. So this is enforced by the government. So either it's a fresh person or experienced person. This is for sure that you will get more than the base salary, the common salary that we have in Sweden, and it varies year by year. So it depends on your experience as well, that on the top of the base salary or the domain salary, for example, if someone is moving in machine learning, they will definitely get more salary than a front-end developer.
Right.
So it depends on the domain, and based on that domain, there are other factors: how much experience you have, and how good you are with the given experience. For example, if someone is doing extraordinary job in 2 years, is far better than someone with 4 year experience,
right,
but don't know much. So there are so many factors that involved in deciding the salary, and how well you perform in interview, that's another thing. But the salaries are usually very stable, and they don't exploit you. This is for your thing, right? So but I will highly recommend, there are websites that you can use to evaluate your salary based on, for example, Glassdoor. I visited Glassdoor. I added that I am Android developer with this much experience. So what do you suggest my salary will be? So they gave me a number, and literally the offer that I got from the company was above than that number. So so you can say that use the websites for a better negotiation, and put the counter offer whenever you feel that you should. So it is dependent on the interviewer, the interviewee, that how well they perform and how well they negotiate. So yeah.
Oh, nice. Okay, so end of the podcast, Priya, can you give some advice to our viewers who wants to career up, pursue a career similar to you?
Yeah, so they will definitely perform better than me if I was if I go back to 6, 7, 8, 9 years, I would say. When I am supposed to start my career, I will definitely spend more time on learning the basics, right? So I would have spent more time on open source projects, because when you spend more time on open source projects and learning your and improving your own technical skills, what happen is you keep improving your core. So the more the core is solid, the building on top of that core will always be very strong, right?
Yeah.
So this is the best tip that I got from my seniors, and I will this tip is always you can say a golden tip, because even if I see myself in Android, there have been so many improvements, there have been so many new features, there have been so many new libraries, but you can't cope with everything. But the thing that stays common always, and that is your core skills, right? So how much you know your core, how much you know the core fundamental of programming, and data structures and algorithm and time complexity is very important. So you should be very sure about the data structure that you are going to use for a specific problem, that how well this algorithm is going to perform. So that can only be achieved if your core skills are solid, right? Even if you go to a technical interview, they don't want a perfect solution from you. They want that, hey, if this person is choosing this data structure, what was the reason why he chose this, right? So if you know the reasons and you don't remember the algorithm completely, this will give them hint that, hey, we have the Google available, he can Google the algorithm, but why he choose this data structure? If that core concepts are clear, that I'm going with the hash map instead of linked list based on this reason, because I see that there are going to be frequent transaction from the data structure. So I feel that one transaction getting any data from hash map is O of 1, so I choose O of 1 instead of O of n. So that will give them idea that, hey, this person is principally correct, its base is perfect. So if he even not sure about the algorithm, that is fine, he can find the algorithm, but he will have to learn the art of time complexity. This is the core of any programmer. So you should cover the basics, build your CV, work on your GitHub, work on your LinkedIn, develop some connections, and attend seminars. So whatever you do in your professional career, that should have a meaning, right? And you should have a goal, at least, that you wanted to achieve this fundamental principle in coming years. So you should know your weakness and work on those weaknesses. I think you have a better career.
Wow, very beautiful and very nice advice. Thank you so much, Bia. And hope so, guys, you will get all this important information through this podcast if you want to do job in Sweden. And if you get, then do subscribe and share with your friends. And thank you so much, Leah, for coming.